Now, First Alert 6 weather.
Here to talk to you about a forecast that is rather up and down. Get ready for some wild swings in our temperatures as we make our way through the rest of the week and into the weekend. We've got some pretty warm days, we've got colder days, we've got some precip chances, we've got the wind going all over the place. We're going to step through it all and give you the first alert to what to expect when. And it starts with even some precip that arrives tonight. So let's take a look at how this all goes and
now,
let you know what you need to know
weather.
here as we make our way through the course of the forecast. And start with where we're at right now, and that is with a lot of sunshine out there. It's a pretty nice day that we have. Not quite to the level that we had the last couple of days. We got to 78 degrees yesterday. That was our warmest temperature since mid-October. We're not going to get there, but it is going to still be a pretty good one. We're at 43 degrees right now. Note that north wind that's in place. That's a factor that's going to kind of guide where our day goes today. That at about 10 to 15 miles per hour through the area. And with that in place, we're going to see the temperature cut into a little bit. I expect we land at about 65 for our high today. Sorry about that. 65 where we land for our high. It's a step down from what we had yesterday for sure, but still well above average. Average high is right around 50 degrees. So a lot to like about how this all unfolds. Now, as we get into the evening hours, we're going to start pulling some more cloud cover into the area, and you'll especially notice as we get into the overnight, a little bit of some shower activity that starts to show up after 1 a.m., and I think especially we get into the 4 to 7 or 8 a.m. window is where we'll have the bulk of our precip falling. This looking like it's a mix of rain and snow. It would be melting as it falls. So not expecting big impacts other than the fact that we have precip around as we get into the early part of the commute. So first alert to that potentially impacting drivers who may be out and about during the first half of our Wednesday morning drive, and maybe some slightly damp roads for the rest of our commuters. So that's going to be something we'll be tracking. Not expecting any snow to stick, not expecting it to be a big issue in that regard. But just the fact that we have precip around is something we'll be tracking. And you can see by the time we get to the middle of the day, we're clearing our sky out. And we'll be looking at a pretty solid afternoon, albeit a colder one, with a bit of a breeze around as well. Highs that end up right around 50 degrees, so that's quite a step down from what we have been seeing. Still, that's about average that we're looking at. And there will be that breeze out of the north during the course of the day, even after that mix leaves our area. So what does that look like? Well, we could get some gusts that are up around 30 miles per hour through the morning and into the afternoon. That will add a little more of a chill to the air. So be ready for that. Not a cold day, but definitely a much colder day than what we've had. And this is going to be the pattern. We're going to kind of be doing a little bit of a pendulum effect here, as you can see here, looking at the next 5 days. 65 today, 50 tomorrow, 70 with some gusty winds out of the southwest for Thursday, back down into the low 50s for our Friday, back up to the upper 60s for Saturday. Sunday, again, will swing back downward. So every single day sees us with a different forecast than the day before. So you want to pay close attention to this as we go through the rest of the week and into the weekend for those changes to be taking place. Let's look a little more in detail about what to expect. By the way, those Thursday winds, those could gust up around 40 to 45 miles per hour, so be ready for a blustery one there despite those warmer temps. Friday, the winds do calm down, but we will be cooler, more cloud cover, low 50s for our highs. We'll bring the wind up a little bit more on Saturday and Sunday. More of a south wind for Saturday, upper 60s for our highs. We've been trending warmer there, so keep an eye out for that. There's a potential that we maybe do get into the 70s there. And then notice how much we cool off on Sunday. That's even an early high in the low 40s, drifting backward as we go into the afternoon. And we're seeing an increasing chance to try to pull some snow into our area on some of the data we've been getting today. Let me show you what I'm seeing here. We go into our Saturday night. There's the system, and it has been just kind of over the last couple of days hanging out well to our north, putting snow down in that direction. But watch what happens as we head through our Sunday here. A little bit of some rain starting off with those temps up into the low 40s. And then we start to change over towards snow and swing some of that in. And this is one of the less aggressive models that I'm showing you with this. There's really been a pull southward with this. So this is going to be something that we'll be tracking to see if this is just a kind of a glitch that we have this morning with model data, or if this is a trend to try to pull the system further to the south. As far as what we end up with, here's what snowfall amounts are looking like with some of the less aggressive models for Sunday with today's data. And you can see that that does put a coating down as we make our way through the day on Sunday. Some of the more aggressive ones pull some of these darker bands and put them closer to the I-80 corridor. So what you've got right there, it shifts it down to Omaha, to Lincoln, and right through the heart of our area. So this is something we will be watching closely as we continue to get closer to Sunday, the potential for maybe a first alert 6 weather day there if that becomes a consistent trend in data later today and as we get closer. So first alert to that potential. You're making weekend plans. It looks so much better on Saturday than what we have on Sunday. There will be a breeze around, but I know a lot of people will likely be going out to the St. Patrick's Day parade on Saturday. We've also got celebrations people tend to do on the weekend before St. Patrick's Day. So looks pretty good for that Saturday. Just keep in mind Sunday turns on us with that precip making its way in and colder temps. 30s for highs on Monday, much colder. There we actually start the day in the teens. There's been a trend to even try to pull that even colder. That will likely be a symptom of how much of this snow tries to make its way into the area. So that will be something to track. Keep in mind that that 14 may end up lower if we see that as a consistent signal for some accumulations. 40 or so for a high on St. Patrick's Day, still pretty chilly. Try to pull another round of some precip in for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then the trend to surge those temperatures as we head into the back half of next week. And those temps may go up. We've seen a big surge at the end of the 10-day with those temperatures. So as you can see, even where we get beyond the next couple days where we have the yo-yo effect going on, it's still pretty turbulent. Very spring-like pattern where we see things shifting quickly between a south wind to a north wind and the subsequent change in the temperature alongside that. So be ready for that. Be paying close attention to the forecast. I know we always want you following along with the forecast, but this is the kind of pattern where you really want to stay on top of things because it's changing just like that as we make our way through mid-March. I think with this, we'll wrap it up for now, and hopefully you got some good information out of that, and I appreciate you joining in. I am going to be live here at the top of the hour on our First Alert 6 newscast, and I'll have the latest on how things are unfolding today, what to expect as we make our way through this very up and down pattern. So hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I hope you will join us for our midday newscast.